Hey, what's up, Tigo here. Today I'll be doing my What's in My Apps folder 2013. So I have made the same video a year ago for 2012, and some people suggested me to do it again. So this will be, first of all, quite a long video, as you might have noticed. Obviously, I will be showing all the apps, giving you guys short descriptions about it, and there will be many annotations throughout the video, maybe to videos that I've made in the past about that application. If you want more information, you can go ahead and check it out, or maybe like alternatives for that application that might be cheaper or free or that kind of stuff. So I will be having many annotations throughout the whole video, as well as the annotations that are currently on your screen, which is to skip to the part in this video to certain things like Mac games, for example. If you want to go straight to Mac games, where I show you guys all the games that I have on my Mac, you can skip to that part right away by clicking on the annotation. Let me get comfortable, sorry about that. So quite a long video once again, and some of the, I do want to say beforehand that some of the descriptions that I do for certain applications will be really short, because I think they're straightforward, or it's more that certain let me, for example, take After Effects, you know, or you use it or you don't, but probably people that work in a video or any that kind of stuff already know about it. So it depends what application it is. I will be giving more lengthy descriptions or shorter descriptions. So I apologize in advance, but if you have any questions about any application, just go ahead and comment down below. If you want any more information, or the reason why I use it, or what it does exactly, just comment down below, and I'll definitely you know, answer your questions. So if you need any extra information, but let's get into it, because it is going to be quite a long video. The first application is 1Password, which is my password manager. Of course, if you visit many website, register, you have different maybe usernames and password, you can store them all in here. It's quite expensive at the moment. When I bought it, it was way cheaper. I have made a video for cheaper alternatives, so go ahead and click the annotation for that if you want to check that out, where I talk about alternatives for this, which kind of do the same. I have an Adobe folder, which comes automatically with the Creative Suite of Adobe. It has some irrelevant stuff like widget browser and stuff like that. It's not really important. They're not really application, they're just things in the background pretty much. Then I have After Effects for video editing, as well as special effects and video production in general. You can do a lot of stuff with After Effects. It's from Adobe, of course, but I'm not gonna get too much in depth in that, because I think most people probably know what it is, or just don't want to know. I have a few different versions. Sometimes I keep the older versions because I have plugins on older versions that I want to keep and stuff like that. So Adobe Audition is for video or audio design, sorry. I do not use it at all. I don't know how to use it. I'm not that good at audio design. I have used Ableton Live in the past to create some things, but that's pretty much it. Adobe Download Assistant is to download Adobe apps. Adobe Bridge is the Adobe app to manage and store all your photos, stocks, and stuff like that. You can add keywords and tags, so you can find it back, or find your pictures back later easier by just, you know, searching for tags and keywords. And I'm just going to move the microphone so you guys can hear me a little bit better. So that's Adobe Bridge. Next up we got Dreamweaver, sorry, which is for web development, or, you know, website design and coding, that kind of stuff. I don't think it gets used still that much. I do think a few people do, but it's not really popular anymore, and it's kind of been I don't know, put to the side with all the other popular in the cloud solutions that kind of do the same nowadays. But anyway, that's for web design. Extension manager to obviously manage your extensions. Flash Builder and Adobe Flash to create Flash or FLV or Flash animations and stuff like that. I do not create anything Flash. It just comes with the Creative Suite, so I have it installed. By the way, if you're wondering where I got my Adobe Creative Suite CS6 or even CS5, I get it from my university, which provides me with this. So that's how you can get it. Of course, you can get a free trial on the Adobe website. If you want to get the full version for free, I'm sure you can get some kind of, if you do some Googling, you can get it as well. Then Adobe Media Encoder to encode media. It kind of collaborates with other applications in that Adobe has, so it's actually pretty good. Photoshop CS5 and CS6. I pretty much only use CS6 nowadays. Of course, Photoshop, I'm sure most of you have heard of it. Photo editing program, as well as you can create things from scratch as well, you know, create design logos or stuff like that. I think I have actually skipped Illustrator. I haven't talked about it at all. I do use Illustrator quite a bit for typography, creating logos, and vector graphics. If you don't know what vector graphics are, you can probably look into it. It's a difference between vector and pixel graphics, I guess. Hopefully I haven't already said this and I just repeated it, but I think I skipped it anyway. So back to Photoshop. I'm sorry about that. So Photoshop, of course, pretty straightforward. I'm not going to go too much in depth in that because I think most people know what it is. Premiere Pro, good for video compositing and, you know, post-production, kind of putting everything together that you've recorded. Quite a good application as well, and it's getting used more and more nowadays, actually, over Final Cut and stuff like that. So yeah, alarm clock, pretty straightforward. I have made a video about this. Obviously it's an alarm clock that just wakes you up. Next up we have AirPlayIt. Again, I've made a video about it. Go ahead and click on the annotation if you want to check that out. It does enable you to stream media to your devices in your home. So if you don't want to transfer, for example, video to your iPad and you don't want to convert it and go through all that hassle, you can use AirPlayIt to stream it to any device in your home, which is pretty cool. Again, check out the video if you want to know more about that. Alien Skin, that is something that it's not an application, it's a folder that is part of something else. The App Store, pretty straightforward. The App Store on your Mac to get all your apps. Archiver, really good. It used to be called Rucksack, I think. That's how I have always remembered it as. But allows you to pretty much extract every kind of archive, so whether it's zip, RAR, 7Z, all that kind of stuff. So you can use that. It is paid, but I really like it, and I think it looks really good as well. AppCleaner, use it all the time to uninstall apps. All you need to do is click and drag and drop it to your AppCleaner icon in your dock, and then it just finds all the related folders of an application and all the lists and all that kind of stuff, and you can delete it straight from there. So it's pretty cool, especially if you have applications. By the way, this is a pretty cool trick. If you guys might want to use it. If you have applications that allow trials, and you might notice that after 15 days you finish a trial, for example, and you delete the app and then you reinstall it, it doesn't actually give you another 15 days. It realizes, hey, you've already had this on your Mac, and you know, we don't want you to redo the trial. So what you can do is drag that application into AppCleaner and delete it, and make sure you empty your trash, re-download it, and then you can try the trial again. So that's a pretty cool trick there. Audacity can be used for audio editing, I guess, in a way, although it's more kind of like post editing in a way. I don't know how to say it, but it allows you to add certain effects into audio inputs and that kind of stuff. So I'm not really comfortable. I'm sorry about this, but yeah, Audio Hijack Pro, a really cool application to hijack audio of any application. So let's say you have some kind of video that's playing on your browser or something, and you want to extract the audio out of that. You can do that with Hijack Pro, as well as if you want to record a Skype call, you just want to record the audio of it, you can just hijack Skype and it will record your whole Skype conversation, including yourself. So that's pretty cool. Allows you to do that on many applications. Automator comes with your Mac, allows you to create Apple scripts. I pretty much never use it. Next up I have Bamboo, which is a folder with a few applications, or actually it's just one, that you get by default when you buy a Wacom Bamboo tablet, which I do use from time to time. I think it's quite useful on Photoshop and that kind of stuff. So that's Bamboo. If you don't know what those tablets are, it's like a pen, an actual tablet, and then you can kind of draw with it. It's pretty cool. BlackFire is an alternative of Xfire, except it works on Mac, so pretty cool. BetterZip allows you to unarchive archives, and obviously I told you guys already about unarchiver or archiver, sorry. Although this one allows you to look into the archive before even extracting it, which is pretty cool, because if you want to edit a certain file into an archive without unarchiving the whole thing, you can actually do that with BetterZip. So really good in my opinion. Boris Continuum Complete, I think that's a plugin I got for After Effects quite a while ago. So Bowtie, if you use iTunes to play your music on your Mac, you can get Bowtie. It will show up a little application with the album art of the song you're listening to on your desktop. It looks pretty fancy, so pretty cool. Calendar, of course, pretty straightforward, comes with your Mac, as well as Calculator. Camouflage, I have made videos about it many years ago, no, a long time ago, and what it allows you to do is hide all your icons on your desktop. So a good example right now is this, for example. I have a bunch of icons here on my desktop, and I just hit a keystroke and it hides all of it. So it also allows you to change wallpapers, as you may have noticed very quickly. So pretty cool. It is on the App Store, and I think you do have to pay for it. It's like £4 or something, although it used to be free on older versions of macOS 10. CamTwist is quite a simple app for, well, it's not that simple, but it's quite a cool app for streaming. So if you like streaming, you can use it for streaming. So you can add picture-in-picture, multiple video inputs, as well as add text overlays or cool effects to it. That kind of stuff. It also allows input from like our IRC chats and RSS feeds and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. But it doesn't have that many advanced settings, and it's kind of outdated. Even though if you get the like latest version, I think the whole application is just not really up to date anymore to the kind of streaming standard these days. But anyway, cool if you want to start off. It's free, so you know, why not try it out if you like streaming. CarbonCopyCloner used to be completely free. They've recently started making it paid since Mountain Lion. It allows you to back up your hard drive to another hard drive, or just copy a hard drive to another hard drive. So you select your hard drive that you want to copy, and you select your target hard drive, and it will just copy it for you as a backup. So that's pretty cool if you want to make backups of your Mac. I use it to make backups of my Mac. So next up is CandyBar. Really cool. You can edit some visual things on your Mac, such as icons of applications or system icons of your hard drives, or even your dock. So if you want to visually customize that, you can go ahead and do that with CandyBar. Next up is Carousel. It's an app to browse through Instagram on your Mac, so you don't need to go on your phone. Next up, there's Chess, which you get obviously a free game, or a game you get with your Mac. Pretty straightforward. So that's for Chess. Next up, we have Clear, which is a pretty cool to-do or list creator, actually. I shall open it for you guys real quick. Hopefully it will not show any kind of personal information. No, it does not, hopefully. But it allows you to create a to-do list, like to-do, video ideas, movies, I want to watch, songs, wish lists, that kind of stuff. It's pretty handy, it looks pretty good. You can sync it through the cloud and get it on your iPhone. And on your phone it's way better, because you can do all these really cool gestures with it, and it looks really good, obviously. So there you have it. So that's for Clear. Cinch is to resize windows to like 50% of your screen, or a full percent. So let me just create a little window here to show you guys this. This is a Finder window. If I drag it to the left side of my screen, it becomes exactly 50%. If I do the right side, it does the same. And you can obviously have two things here. Let's say you have Facebook or something, or YouTube, and you want to do 50-50. There you go. It also allows you to do full screen if you drag it to the top. So pretty cool stuff. That's Cinch. Pretty simple, but still use it on a daily basis. Compressor. I think it comes with Final Cut Pro, or even older versions as well. Collaborates with those apps to compress your videos. Pretty straightforward. Contacts as well, pretty straightforward as well. Comes with your Mac. CoverScout, you get it. No, you don't. If you use iTunes a lot to organize your music, you can use CoverScout to find album arts of missing, songs or something like that. It's pretty handy. CopyPaste Pro, use it all the time. Allows you to paste things you've copied like before. So the last, for example, 50 things I've copied, I can still go back and paste those. So it's in your menu bar here, and you can just see all the stuff you've copied recently and just paste any of that. So that's pretty handy. And I have also made a video for, I think, free alternatives or really cheap alternatives to this, because it got really expensive all of a sudden for like no reason, which I think doesn't make it worth it anymore. But this is an old version I got. Crossover, I think this is the latest version. I actually got it for free because Crossover, or at least the developers of Crossover, had this happy hour or something where you could get Crossover for 1 year completely free, which I think was pretty awesome. So yeah, Crossover, sorry, I actually completely skipped the actual description of it. Allows you to run Windows software as well as Windows games on your Mac without needing to have another operating system. It does not support all the software and all the games, although it does a pretty good job at creating all the stuff, or how do you say, when you want to install something, it automatically also finds all the things you need to actually run it and all that kind of stuff. So it is quite good, although it does not support everything. So you should look into it before actually getting it, if it actually supports whatever you want to install. Cut the Rope, pretty popular game. I don't play it that much anymore because I finished it. But obviously it's a pretty fun game where you'd have to look it up to pretty much see what it does, but it's a pretty simple arcade game. Dashboard, of course, comes with your Mac, where you can get all your widgets. I personally never use it, and I have disabled it on my Mac. DaisyDisk, really cool if you want to analyze your hard drive. What it does, it's analyze your hard drive completely, and it tells you exactly where the biggest files are. So sorry about that. If you want to clean off your hard drives and maybe find all the stuff that are taking so much space on your hard drive, you can use DaisyDisk to go ahead and do that, and maybe free some hard drive space on your Mac. So that's pretty cool. Be sure to check it out. It does have some free alternatives, I think, but it looks really good as well. Data Rescue, or Data Rescue, however you want to say that, allows you to restore deleted files. So if you've deleted your file, you've emptied your trash, you can actually recover certain things with it. Not everything, but it's not really that good either, because it's hard to explain, but it's not that good to recover files because it's hard to find the actual file you want to recover, although it does do the job sometimes. But I've used it, I think, maybe once or twice in the past 2 years. So that's that. Day One is a diary application. You can sync it through the cloud with your iPhone or iPad, and you can keep up with your diary or whatever you want to write in it. Dictionary, pretty straightforward. Deskcovery, I have made a video about it. Allows you to add cool effects to your Mac, like wiggling windows and semi-transparent windows and all that kind of stuff. So pretty cool. DivX Converter obviously converts to DivX. I think these things, these DivX things, whenever you visit a website where you need to have DivX, they automatically download this crap for you. Sorry to say that, but it's honestly, I really don't like DivX. So yeah, DragThing, I have made a video about this, I think in 2008 or 2009, not sure, but very long time ago at least. And it allows you to add all these cool things on your desktop, like windows sliding from the side and stuff, where you can store like applications and stuff like that. It's really kind of difficult to explain what it does, because it's really unique in a way, and it's quite fun to have to play with. But eventually it kind of clutters your desktop, so if you want to keep it clean, don't get it. But it is pretty cool. And just check out the website. You can see some screenshots there if you want to exactly see what it does, but it's pretty cool. DVD player, of course, to play DVD. DropBox, I'm sure most of you guys know what it is, but for you guys that don't, you can store your documents on the cloud. and synchronize it with all your devices. So if you have important documents that you want to at the same time back up, but also always want to have access to, you know, maybe on your phone or something like that. I personally use it also for like timetables or something like that. So it's really good. If you, by the way, register with my link, I think that is in the description. For DropBox, you get an extra 250 megabytes or something like that. So it gives me 250 and you guys 250 or something like that. So it is, you might want to check that out. Eclipse, I do not know what it is. Oh yes, of course, I do know what it is. This is for Java development. So if you're creating Java games or games like Minecraft, for example, you can do this on Eclipse, although that's not exactly right anymore because, yeah. Anyway, if you want to code Java, check out Eclipse. Etenoir, I think that's how you pronounce it. If you want to moderate your bandwidth that your computer uses, so let's say you have a good internet connection, which I absolutely don't, but let's say you do, and you have like 50 megabytes or something, but you want your computer only to use 10 megabytes per second of that speed, because might be used by other computers. You can use Etenoir to kind of moderate that and to say I only want to use this amount of speed. It's quite good, especially when you want to upload videos and you don't want to ruin your whole upload speed on YouTube. You might want to use that. So it supports both download and upload, of course. Express, a really good app to do some web coding and web development in general. It's the reason it's good because it has all these things that are preset for you. Like it pretty much like tons of shortcuts and things like that that make your life much easier when you do web development. FaceTime, you get that on every Mac to do FaceTime with Apple devices. ITV, I use it to record footage of Hauppauge HD PVR, so you can use it to record footage that are connected to your TV, for example. To record gameplay of your Xbox or PlayStation, or TV shows off your TV or setup box or something like that. So that's that. FFmpeg, that's kind of a converter / encoder for tons of different formats. FileZilla, I use that all the time. FTP client, file transfer protocol, I think it stands for. If you want to transfer files or browse files on the server, external server, you can go ahead and do that with FileZilla. Final Cut Pro, Final Cut Express. Final Cut Pro, it's a decent app to do some video editing. It actually has become better over the years, so it was quite bad when it just came out, but yeah, that's Final Cut Pro. It's an Apple application to do some video compositions or editing, as well as kind of montage or set it up or whatever. Final Cut Express, I don't think it exists anymore. This is an old version, of course, but I don't think they actually create it anymore. But I'm not 100% sure. But it used to be a cheaper version of Final Cut 7, because Final Cut 7 or the old Final Cut Pro was quite expensive. Although they've kind of dumped that now and created Final Cut Pro X, which is only like $100 or maybe even less. So they've automatically dumped Final Cut Express as well. Firefox, of course, a web browser that I use from time to time. Not that often, but sometimes I do like a few of the features that it has. So I usually do use Chrome as my default browser. Flash, to add cool filters to your photos, kind of like Instagram, although it has much better filters than that. Also allows you to do some basic photo editing, like cropping and stuff like that. Focus, I think, is kind of the same. It also allows you to add focuses like blurs, maybe iris blur or lens blur or all that kind of stuff. So if you want to focus on a certain thing and blur the rest of the picture, you can use this. I think I've actually made a video about this. I'm not 100% sure, but if I have, I'll put up an annotation. Fontbook, oops, sorry about that. Fontbook obviously comes with your Mac to organize all your fonts, pretty straightforward. Game Center as well to manage all your games and achievements and stuff like that. Game Capture HD, I use that to capture footage of the Elgato game capture card, which is a little device you can buy to record gameplay of your Xbox or PlayStation or Wii or any HDMI input for that matter. It does have some restrictions, but you know, give you a rough idea. GamePad Companion, that's if you want to plug in like some kind of Xbox controller or something into your Mac and you actually want to make it work with certain games. You can use it and you can map the buttons to letters or on your keyboard or keys on your keyboard. So, yep. Next up, games. Let's go into the games folder. I have quite a few things in here, I think. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you guys to see. So the first thing I have is Assassin's Creed 3. These are all Mac games, by the way. I personally also have Windows installed, or a Windows PC where I have way more games on it. I barely play any games anymore on my Mac because obviously I have a Windows PC and I have an Xbox as well. So all these might be a little outdated and old, but I used to play them though. Assassin's Creed 3, Amnesia, The Dark Descent, this is. Angry Birds Space, Assassin's Creed 2, which for some reason I have 2 of. Batman Arkham Asylum, quite a good game as well. Works quite well on Mac as well. I think it's created, I forgot the name of the developers, but they do many games for Mac. They convert them from Windows to Mac. It's pretty cool. Black Ops, Call of Duty Black Ops multiplayer. Of course, this is Black Ops 1, so once again, these are quite old. I already mentioned that, but Boycott Advance, that's too. It's a Game Boy Advance simulator if you want to play Game Boy Advance games. Call of Duty 4, still the best Call of Duty to date on PC. Really good Call of Duty game. Civilization 4, kind of a RTS, Age of Empires styled game. Not exactly like Age of Empires, but in a way it's somewhat similar. It's on the Mac App Store, by the way. Gary's Mod, you can get it. I'm sure you can get it through Steam. Pretty good game by Steam, obviously, kind of in the whole Half-Life series. Edge, pretty, you know, not a huge game, kind of a small arcade cube game. It's quite interesting. I think I have made a video about this on another channel of mine. I think my gaming channel, I have made a video about it once, so I shall annotate you guys to that. Diablo 3, quite a good game as well. I don't know exactly how to describe it. Top-down arcade, 3D arcade game. It's not exactly accurate, but if you get really into it, it can get actually quite competitive in a way, or advanced. Quite a fun game. Counter-Strike Source, one of the old Counter-Strikes, kind of a classic, pretty good. Cogs, I think that's how you pronounce it. Pretty cool 3D puzzle game. I think I've also made a video about this, but it's quite fun to play and quite challenging as well. Half-Life 2, and then I have a few Half-Life games here. Half-Life 2, Episode 1, Episode 2, and then Lost Ghost, which was kind of a side expansion thing. But of course, part of the Half-Life series. Game of the Decade, by the way, Half-Life 2, so definitely something to look into if you still haven't played it. It's kind of like a classic. It became kind of a classic. Quite a good first-person shooter, action-adventure kind of thing. Heroes of New Earth, that's a MOBA game. If you know what MOBA games are, like League of Legends, for example, you might have heard of. Heroes of New Earth is kind of similar to that, kind of similar to Dota as well. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say, really. I'm not a huge fan of it because I don't really like the art style of it. I think it's kind of too depressing for some reason. Orcs Must Die, actually I have Orcs Must Die 2 on my Windows as well. Quite a fun game that you can play on Mac as well natively. Pretty cool. Kind of, I don't know. You'd have to look it up. I think it's really difficult for me to describe games because I think every person has kind of different feelings about a game. But and I'm not that good anyway at describing these. But you know, quite a fun game you might want to look into. Minecraft, I'm sure most of you have heard of it. Open world building game slash also has some RPG or role-playing game aspects to it. Mafia 2 Director's Cut runs great on Mac, really good game. Third person Mafia game shooter adventure. Left 4 Dead first person zombie shooter. League of ILO 2.0 open beta, which is actually League of Legends, but it's the Mac version, so that's how they call it. If you want to play League of Legends on your Mac, you can do that with this. You can get it from a website called Bompje.net. It's BOOMPTJE.net. I'll leave a link in the description, whatever. Plants vs. Zombies also works on quite a cool game. Small arcade game kind of thing. Portal, first person puzzle game. I'm sure most of you guys know Portal. It's quite a small game. I mean, you can literally finish it in half an hour, but it's really fun to play and challenging, definitely. If you've never played it, it will probably take you multiple hours to finish it. Super Meat Boy, really fun kind of a platformer, 2D. Kind of, you're able to jump wall to wall, and it's really fun to play, definitely. Team Fortress, first person cartoony shooter. Has some team aspects to it, I guess. Team game. Technic Launcher, that's part of TechIt. That's all part of Minecraft. It's kind of an expansion for Minecraft. Allows you to do tons of extra things that the original Minecraft cannot do. Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim, sorry about that. Good role-playing game. Definitely, I think, was one of the best role-playing game, you know, the last few years. Single-player role-playing game, by the way, I should mention, because people nowadays, role-playing games are automatically multiplayer for some reason. But it is single-player and definitely really good and time-consuming. Unreal Gold, that's Unreal Tournament, and it's a few versions of it combined. It comes with like the old version and the newer version and some extra games as well, I think. But yeah, Unreal Tournament. If you don't know what Unreal Tournament is, kind of also a classic shooter, arcade shooter, completely unrealistic, of course, but really cool. VVV, puzzle platformer, really kind of retro graphics, really good 8-bit music style. World of Warcraft is MMORPG, so multiplayer role-playing game. I do not play it anymore. I have played it in the past. I know it's quite popular. Zombiecraft, that's kind of a modification for Minecraft. Kind of play a zombie game inside Minecraft. So that's it for all the games I have here. Once again, I do have an Xbox and a Windows, so I do not play that many games anymore. I'm sorry. So this part of the video is not really updated. But let's get back to the apps. Just before I end off the games, I do want to mention I do have a gaming channel if you want to check it out. I do play some games on there and stuff. So also some desk tour and some more relaxed or less serious things, I guess, in a way. You can go check that out. The annotation, of course, is on the screen. So let's get back to the application here. Applications. GIF Fun, GarageBand. Okay, GIF Fun is an application you can use to create GIF images. If you don't know what a GIF image is it's like images that move. They're not really high quality, but you can convert a movie, for example, and create a GIF image out of it and post it on websites like Tumblr or something. You see that a lot on. So yeah, that's for GIF Fun. GarageBand comes with your Mac, allows you to do some audio designing, although I personally have never used it. Next up, GIF QuickMaker, which is actually better than GIF Fun. Allows you again to convert movies into a GIF file or image. Google Chrome is my main web browser to browse the web. Here is an audio amplifier application you can use for your Mac. You can also modify your EQ and stuff like that. Add some bass boost and surround sound. It's actually quite good, although it's paid, which doesn't really make it worth it anymore. Google Drive is kind of Dropbox, I think, which I already mentioned, yes. Except it's the Google variant of it, allows you to store files in the cloud and back them up. Hype, this is an old version, by the way. They changed the icon, but it allows you to really simple, well, no, not simple, but easy web development, HTML5 web development, web coding. Well, it doesn't actually involve any coding. It works on a timeline kind of thing, and you can create HTML5 animations with it. Pretty cool, actually, because it's so easy to use, so it allows many people to use it. Iconbox allows you to manage icons for your Mac iFlix allows you to manage movies. It finds all the movie covers of your movies, and you can just drag your whole library of movies into here, and it will automatically kind of fill in the information and look it up on the internet for you, which is pretty cool. iDVD, standard DVD player. For Mac, I think you can actually also create DVDs with it, like create menus and stuff. So, you know, personally I've never used it, but I do know it exists. iHack's games, pretty cool if you play Flash games, which I personally don't at all. It's quite an old application, but it allows you to change values in Flash games, like you can give yourself tons of money or something, or change like the level or whatever. So it allows you to do that. If you want to see how it actually works, you could probably look up a tutorial for Cheat Engine, which is the Windows version of it. Although it does not look the same, but they work pretty much the same. So if you want to, you know, look into that. Image capture comes with your Mac. I don't use it, but if you have a camera, you can connect it to your Mac and it will recognize it with this application, and you can import your stuff. Instadesk, kind of Carousel, the same as Carousel, allows you to browse Instagram with on your Mac, on your desktop. iMovie comes again with your Mac. A pretty simple video editing program. Create kind of home movies with it and stuff. Definitely cool for the kind of basic, or at least people that aren't that good at video editing can use it. They made it quite easy. iPhoto, to manage and import your photos from your camera. It can also detect faces, and you can add tags to it to look them up quite easily, create collections, and share them through like a bunch of different things, the cloud, and as well as Flickr and stuff like that. So yeah, iStudies Pro, cool application if you're a student, whether it's in college, school, or university or something. You can manage all your classes, teachers, holidays, homework, assignments, that kind of stuff. You can do it all in there, and also as well as your grades. You can manage it all and kind of put your timetable in there with nice colors and all that fancy stuff. I've used it a lot in my college. I don't use it that much anymore now, but I've definitely used it intensively for 2 years, so I do recommend it. I'm just gonna recomfortabilize myself. I do know this is a long video, and I applaud you guys that watched the whole video. I think that's very, very good. I appreciate it. iTunes, of course, pretty straightforward to manage your music and library and stuff like that, and also to transfer to iPhone or your devices. iWeb again comes with your Mac to create pretty simple websites and stuff. I wouldn't recommend it because it's not really cloud-based and it's kind of outdated now, but hey, it does exist. JDownloader, for you guys that download a lot of files from file hosting websites such as Mediafire, RapidShare, or like FileSonic or SendSpace or that kind of stuff. You can actually put all the links, like for example, if you have a file that has 20 parts, you can just dump all the links into JDownloader and you don't need to manually go through them. So makes your life a little easier. iWork 09, I don't know why I still have that. Of course, in here is Pages, Keynote, and Numbers, which is the variation or Apple variant of Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. So Pages, of course, for word processing, Numbers for Excel sheets or number processing, and Keynote for nice presentations. KeyMaestro, really cool macro maker if you want to create shortcuts, or like also like if you want to create some kind of Apple script alternative, so you write a whole thing or record something and then like a whole process of copy pasting or stuff like that. It's kind of difficult to explain, but it allows you to create macros, if you know what that is, for your keyboard. So obviously if you know what that is, it's actually quite a simple explanation, but I use it quite a lot, especially when I have giveaways on my channels. For example, I use KeyMaestro to get all the entries, check if there's no double entries and all that kind of stuff. I just press one button and it just goes through the whole thing. Makes my life easier, of course, saves you some time. Keka, really cool app. I definitely recommend it. Still use it to create archives such as 7Z, zip, or .rar, or that kind of stuff. You can also split it into parts and all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool. I have made a video about it, so you can go check that out. Launchpad, of course, comes with your Mac. I can show you guys. I think this is Launchpad. If I'm, no, wait, sorry. Launchpad is the one with all the applications. So this is Launchpad, which I never use, but hey, it's there. You can see all your applications through this, so it creates little pages. And you can also create folders, like if you want to put something in a folder, you just do that. It's lovely jovely. So yeah, that's kind of the application launcher for Mac. Line-in, if I'm correct, allows you to pass through audio. So it kind of actually kind of works as a mixer for certain computers. If you a 2-channel mixer, if you don't actually want to buy a 2-channel mixer, you can get this software kind of a mixer and pass things through and then mix them with another application. But so let me just recap on that, because that might be quite confusing. If you can have an audio input and pass it through to another audio output to make it to output it to that. So can be quite useful. Lion Designer, that's pretty cool if you want to tweak certain things in Lion or even Mountain Lion, like the menu bar, and if you want to customize that. I think I have made a video about it, but I've never actually uploaded it because it was way too complicated. But pretty cool. It's not really known. Not many people use it, but a small amount of people do. Little Snitch configurator, of course, is part of Little Snitch, which is a network monitor / firewall for your Mac. Allows you to see all the incoming and outgoing connections and block any other connections that you might not want. So pretty good to protect your Mac in a way. Livestream Procaster, I think you get that if you want to live stream on livestream.com. They give you this app. LiveType comes with Final Cut Express. It's really old, nobody uses it anymore, but it allows you to do some typing animations or text animations. Lux Builder PL, it's a plugin for After Effects, which allows you to add some cool color adjustments and color corrections and stuff like that. So LogMeIn Hamachi, that's kind of a private VPN creator, if you guys know what it is. I know it's used a lot for creating Minecraft servers for the people that are not able to use port forwarding, so that you can use this to create a Minecraft server the easy way. So yeah, create your own virtual private networks with LogMeIn Hamachi. I think the free version allows you to have up to 6 people or something. MacX Video Converter Pro, I have made a video about it. Allows you obviously to convert tons of videos, and it's actually really good because not only it supports, you know, like practically every format and has presets for tons of devices, but it also allows you to, if you have a fast computer, you can actually get the most out of it, and it supports multiple cores and stuff like that, so pretty cool. MacKeeper, I've made a video about this ages ago. Allows you to keep up your Mac, kind of how do you say, delete all your old files or duplicate files, or check all the cached files that you might not need anymore, language files. Also acts as an antivirus and some other stuff as well. It has a bunch of cleanup tools to clean up your Mac in one. Quite good if you want a good antivirus, although it's kind of controversial in a way, but I'm not gonna get into that. Apple Mail, of course, to get your email, your standard email client on Mac. Magic Bullet Looks, once again, that's for After Effects, the color adjustments, like I mentioned before, pretty much kind of the same. Max 6, that's also some kind of audio input managing application, quite good as well. More advanced, much more advanced than Line-In. It doesn't exactly do the same either, but hey. Maxon, that's, sorry about that. I started using the scroll wheel and that's what happens. Maxon is Cinema 4D, which is a 3-dimensional modeling application, if you want to check that out. Modern Combat Domination, I shall delete this application actually right now. it's a game which nobody plays anymore, so I don't know why I still had it, but yeah. Memory scope is to free your memory on your Mac, although I do know you can do this without an application through your terminal, but what I really like about this one, if I just open it up real quick, you can actually see how much, total RAM, how much used, how much is free. But the cool thing about it is that you can see which applications are using, how much RAM they're using, and which applications are using the most. So that's pretty cool. Messages, of course, comes with your Mac to message with any Apple devices, iPhone, iPod, iPad, that kind of stuff. Microsoft Silverlight, if you have, pretty much nobody uses, but it's kind of an alternative to Flash, but like the Microsoft way. If you go on certain websites, you need Silverlight to make them work. Microsoft Office 2011. This is, of course, Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. And it also comes with other stuff like MSN Messenger. I think it's inside here. Well, I know it comes with Entourage and Messenger and stuff that nobody uses anymore. But of course, mainly Outlook, Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. Mission Control is, of course, comes with your Mac. Allows you to go through all your desktops and like drag windows to another one and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Pretty straightforward, comes with your Mac, of course. Mobile mouse server, sorry about that. It's a pretty cool application you can download on your phone or iPad and use your actual phone as a mouse for your Mac. Pretty cool. I've had it for many years, and sometimes I'd use it. I think it's quite handy. Mouse recorder records your mouse movement. Like, for example, you gotta click here, then here, then here. You gotta do that 100 times. Well, use mouse recorder and you just record it once and then just say, yeah, I want to do that 100 times, and it's gonna do that for you. So Moom allows you to divide, kind of like Cinch, your desktop into, like, you can set windows to be 50% of your screen, horizontal, vertically, as well as make them semi-transparent or something, or minimize them. So I don't really use it that much, but I got it for a video I made quite a while back, so you might want to check that out. MPEG Stream Clip, I've mentioned it many times before. It's really good to compress video quite quickly. It does quite a good job, especially with H.264 and MPEG clips. So yeah. MPlayer OS 10 Extended is my main video player. Supports a ton of different video formats, really good, as well as MKV and dual audio, layered audio, movies, and surround sound and that kind of stuff. So yeah, really good video player. Next up I got Netshade, which I got with some kind of bundle many years ago, but it's actually really good. Works as a private proxy on your Mac, and it's really simple to use. You just select which country you want a proxy of, and every connection will go through that proxy. It is paid, of course. It's not free, but like every proxy, which is good. And these actually work quite well, and they're fast. So that's Netshade Proxy Manager. You can add your own proxies, by the way, to it. Mambo Voice Chat IP client, so you can have a server to chat with your buddies through voice, of course. Kind of similar to Ventrilo or TeamSpeak. It's used a lot into gaming. And the cool thing about this one is that it has actually quite multiple cool features. But first of all, it's better like quality audio, so a higher bitrate. And also, depending on where your teammates are in certain games, the sound will come from that direction if you have good headphones, which I think is pretty cool. That's definitely one of the awesome features of it. On Live, you're able to play video games on your Mac, which are in the cloud, so it's like cloud gaming on your Mac. If you don't know what cloud gaming is, you should check it out, because it's a really cool idea, definitely a cool technology. So it's definitely going to develop a lot in the future when people get better connections. Notes, of course, is your standard notepad that comes with your Mac, so I'm not going to go over that. Open Office to open Word or Excel or PowerPoint documents on your Mac, although it's free, so you don't need to buy any kind of extra software. OpenOffice. I think it's by Mozilla at the moment, but or maybe something else. I'm not 100% sure about that. But it allows you to open Word documents and that kind of stuff without actually getting Word. Parallels Desktop allows you to run another operating system on your Mac as a virtual machine, such as Windows, Ubuntu, or anything really. Pinpoint, that's a pretty cool cursor effect application. I've made a whole video about all the cursor effects applications out there on Mac, so go check that out if you want to know more about cursor effects and have cool effects with your mouse cursor. Photo Boost comes with your Mac, of course, allows you to take photos through the webcam, add cool effects as well to it, so pretty straightforward. Playback, I'm not sure exactly what this is anymore because I don't use it, but I think it allows you to stream media through a network or something. Preview comes with your Mac, of course, to open up images and PDF documents and that kind of stuff. Pretty straightforward and always, you know, handy. Reflector, I actually made a video about that. It's you can record your iPhone, iPad, and iPod screen without jailbreaking them through this application. Pretty cool. Go check the video if you want to check that out. It's actually my previous video, so it's the video I just made like before this one. That's how recent it is. QuickTime Player, the default Mac player you get, you know, video player to run videos on, and it does not support many different formats by default, although you can get an extra plugin which is called Premiere that adds tons of different formats all of a sudden. So definitely cool addition to it. Reminders, once again, comes with your Mac to create to-do lists. Remote desktop connections, if you use servers or have a remote server, or maybe somewhere in your house even, like a home server, you can use this to connect to it. Pretty good. Also, of course, I think this is the Windows one and it's only for Windows machines. I'm not 100% sure. There's also another one that just accepts anything. And I think also Apple has a version of it, which is called, I don't know what it is called exactly, but anyway, that's what it's used for. Safari, that's the default browser you get on your Mac to browse the internet, of course. I don't use it at all. I use Google Chrome, as I already mentioned before. ScreenFlow, I've used this application to record, edit my videos, my webcam, my screen, my microphone, all at the same time, edited as well. The past 3 years, yeah, that's about 3 years. Very, very good application. I've had a few problems with it sometimes throughout the years, but especially when it comes to updates. But hey, it does a really good job still. And this is one of the only applications that, in my opinion, has no alternative on Windows that is as good at it. Of course, if you're on a Windows, you have Camtasia, but ScreenFlow like blows Camtasia out of the water any day. And there's nothing like it on Windows, to be honest. It's one of the only applications that has this. So I think it's awesome, really. Screenium kind of does the same as ScreenFlow, although it's cheaper and it's more outdated and has less features. It doesn't actually include an editing part of it, so it's just recording your screen. Although ScreenFlow allows you to edit it afterwards as well. Synuity, I do not remember what this is, but if I'm correct, it has something to do with iTunes. Not 100% sure. Significator for iTunes, I've made a video about this. Allows you to control your iTunes music library or in your menu bar, so pretty handy. Skype, of course, I think most of you know this. Voice and video chat through the internet, so you can call your friends that might live at the other side of the world or in another country through video chat, and you can see each other. Kind of a VoIP service. Sure, most of you know Skype anyway. So Soundflower, pretty cool actually. It adds 2 extra audio outputs to your Mac, which you can make audio pass through, or for example, if you want to have an application that does not go through your system output of your audio, you can use this to kind of separate it from the rest and stuff like that. I've used it many times in the past. I think it's pretty cool. Split Fuse, I think, is to split video clips. The icon looks really ugly, but you can combine and split clips with it. Video clips, that is. Sparrow, pretty cool mail client. Really cool design, kind of sleek and really compact, which I quite like about it. So if you don't really like the standard Apple Mail client, you can use Sparrow. Also allows multiple email accounts and stuff like that. So pretty cool. Start Trail allows you to once again add effects to your cursor, and as I already mentioned, I have already made a video about it in the past, so go check that out. Spotify allows you to listen to any music, so it streams it from the internet. You can just look it up, and you can actually create your own playlist and add your own music to it as well. The free version does come with commercials in between your music, which kind of sucks, although you can get a premium version, which also allows you to listen to the music on your phone and stuff like that. Steam is for gaming. You can download a bunch of games off Steam, and as well, you know, it's kind of a social hub for all the gaming friends you might have and stuff like that. Stickies, that's just sticky notes on your Mac. I personally never use it, but I have all the sticky and all my to-do lists and all my notes are always on my mobile devices like my phone. I don't really have it on my computer. System preferences, of course, comes with your Mac to tweak all your settings on your Mac. SyncMate, I have made a video about this, allows you to sync anything, whether it's hard drive folders in between hard drives, or your Google account, Dropbox account, any kind of account or device even. It's really awesome. I use it very often to sync certain folders that I might not have backed up on the cloud because they're too big in size or something like that. I use SyncMate to synchronize those two, and it's really, really good. Definitely an application that I would recommend. TeamViewer allows you to watch other people's desktop, and not only watch them, but you can actually control their computer from a distance. So if you want to help somebody out on their computer to do something, you can use TeamViewer. There's a free version of it as well available. TeamSpeak is kind of an alternative to Mumble, also a voice chat server service through a server. Sorry. I'm getting kind of tired with these really long videos, and my throat is like, whew. But hey, gotta finish this folder. Terraria, pretty cool kind of 2D platformer building game. Some people compared it to Minecraft. I don't know really why, but it doesn't really have that many things similar to Minecraft, but it's true, you can build stuff. Text edit, kind of the default text editor on Mac. Also allows you to open Word documents, even though you might not have Word. Pretty simple, really. TextMate, that's my text editor I use all the time. Allows you to open tons of other formats, especially web coding or languages. C, C++, CSS, HTML, of course, Java, Ruby on Rails, all that kind of stuff, PHP of course as well, and it all organizes it nicely for you, and also has a bunch of bundles in it. So for example, let's say I want CSS background and then background color, and it will automatically like add these kind of things for you, so it kind of makes it easier for you. Really good. This is an old version, quite an old version. They've actually changed the icon on the newer version, but definitely quite good. The unarchiver allows you to unarchive archives, of course, such as zip or .rar or .7z. I think it's free from the Mac App Store. Quite good. Total Finder, really cool. I've used it. I think I've made a video about it as well, so you guys should check that out. But it adds tons of cool features to your Finder, as well as mainly, at least, adding these tabs here, and you can actually have two finders next to each other. Like this, and all that in one Finder window, and you can also drag the tabs out to create a new window and that kind of stuff. It does have some more features than this, but that's mainly what I use it for, so really cool. Time Machine, the standard backup application on Mac. Sorry about that. It's not actually that good. I've heard many people that have used Time Machine, although once their Mac actually broke, it didn't help them out because it didn't work. But it does have a cool interface and that kind of stuff, but it's not actually that practical. It's just more fancy than useful. I would recommend though CarbonCopyCloner to do backups. Twitter, of course, Twitter client if you use Twitter. Transmission is my torrent client of choice. I really like Transmission. It's really simple yet advanced. You know, I mean, the interface is really simple and looks quite good, quite minimalistic. Although if you go into the preferences, you actually have quite a few options, which I quite like, and definitely comparable to uTorrent if you are on Windows, which by the way also exists on Mac, but I just really like Transmissions. It does actually have a few advantages over uTorrent in my opinion. So if you download torrents, you might want to have a look at it. It's free, works on Linux, Windows, and Mac, I think. Ubisoft, that's some Ubisoft stuff, not really important. Unity, if you develop games, you can use Unity. It's actually quite popular at the moment. Well, quite popular. It's good because you can code games or create your own games in Unity, and then it will automatically do the job. Well, automatically, it will make it really easy for you to convert them to mobile games. So for example, you created a game on your Mac, but it will work on Mac, Windows, iPad, iPhone, whatever. Pretty cool. Kind of cross-platform game development. Ventrilo, again, very similar to Mumble and TeamSpeak, voice chat service through servers. Yeah, utilities, that's a bunch of utilities that come with your Mac. It's not really important. Vicon, if I'm correct, is Boujou. Yes. Boujou is a 3D motion tracking application that allows you to do 3D motion tracking, and it has a lot of quite advanced options, which are quite good and definitely make it better over the standard After Effects motion tracking that you get in After Effects CS6 or higher. So that's for that. That's Boujou. I have used it in the past, quite good. Visual Hub, I think, allows you, it's kind of, let me just refresh my memory on this. I think it allows you to do some minor video editing, well, splitting of clips and all that kind of stuff, so not actual editing. VLC, quite a good media player to play video files. Of course, supports a lot of formats, and it's quite popular, especially on Windows. A lot of people use it. Voice Candy allows you to record voice and add some cool effects to it, as well as directly output it. So live voice transformation, which is really good if you want to have fun with your friends on Skype or something, want to add some cool effects to your voice, make yourself sound awesome. You can actually use this. So Views, it's another torrent client. It's not as good as Transmission, but it does have some extra features for streaming media to your devices, such as Xbox, PlayStation, and that kind of stuff, which is pretty cool. I have made a video about it, so go check it out if you want to know more about that. WinOnX is an application that allows you, claims to allow you to run Windows programs on Mac, although it is very limited and only supports certain programs. And if you want to do that, I would highly recommend Crossover, yes, and not WinOnX, because it's kind of a cheap app that doesn't really I mean, it's not cheap, it looks good and does the job, but it's very limited into what kind of Windows software it supports. Winamp, I do not know what this is, sorry. I must have used it at some point for something, but hey. WinX DVD Ripper for Mac, of course, allows you to rip DVDs as well as convert them, I think, and to create stuff in DVD format. Also transfer them to your devices, I think. Wirecast, sorry about that again. Really good advanced streaming application. They've definitely improved it because the older version was not as good, but the latest version is actually really good. Allows you, of course, to stream, live stream to whatever, to websites or wherever you want to, but it has a lot of advanced options you can use for multiple display setups and multiple computers and stuff like that. So definitely really cool. Although extremely expensive application to get, so yeah. Oh, that's it. That's the last application. I did not expect that. I thought we had some more apps, but that's it. That's all my applications in my Mac apps folder. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did watch it until the end, I very, very much appreciate it that you have watched. Go ahead and comment down below like a secret word. Let me just make up something. Let's do popcorn. and I'm feeling like popcorn. So if you've watched until now, go ahead and comment popcorn down below, so I know you guys have. And I really appreciate for you guys. I've watched this video, this really long video, but you know, I said I would do it at least once a year. This kind of app, what's in my apps folder. Once again, if you have any questions about the apps, go ahead and comment down below. If you want to know any alternatives, free alternatives, I'll help you find them, because I might know them, although I might not just have mentioned them in the video, because I download so many applications a year and delete so many that I've seen like most of them. So if you are looking for any specific application, I might be able to help you. So go ahead and comment down below. Also like the video if you did, appreciate it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for more Mac tips, tricks, tutorials, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys later. Peace.